Hey, good afternoon. Bob, Trade Genius here. It's the 18th of April. It's a little after 1:30, and I'm glad I waited. IBM reported crash. Oil just reported crash. And I don't know, this market just seems to be on the verge. You got bonds up, you had gold up. Overnight, you had commodities getting crunched. And then we had VIX down, which kind of held the market up. But I don't know. Things just don't seem right to me, and but they just keep this SPY because it's kind of like the scorecard alive. And then they had small caps were positive into the close, yet financials were down, biotech was down, and oil was up a little. Just really weird. It just shows you the power of really concentrated bets and. Just wait for this thing to just release. But it is what it is. But my view is that SPY hit resistance already on Tuesday, couldn't get back over to resistance today. It did 6 attempts and then fell away again. And now I'm looking for this line to get taken out right here. It's just my speculation at this point. Things just don't look very strong to me right now. The VIX, that was the reason why VIX was down today. I was a little surprised, and but I should never be surprised. I trade this thing all the time. I guess I should just be amazed. Is probably a better way to look at it. I didn't take an XIV trade today. I expected weakness, and I was in and out, and I was just afraid to put a trade on and leave it. Although I had a UVXY calendar on, I was long the 28th April 19, short the 19th for this Friday, and I'm just gonna hold that thing till the end and see where the week ends up. If it gets down around 1850 or so, I'm likely to close my short leg, but it closed with 80 cents in it, so I have some room to wait and relax. In financials, it's below its VWAP, it's below its moving average. Money flows ready to roll over. There's no life in the long-term stochastics. Reports were so far two reported awful. Goldman Sachs got hammered. GDX, we still have our dust on. Even with gold up, GDX could not get positive, and we're still up 2% on that trade. I'm expecting big things, but if the market crashes, maybe it'll hold gold, and I'll have to get out of this trade. But I just smell deflation in the air, and I don't think gold and the miners will rise above it. So I just think it's gonna be one of those flushes where the only thing is gonna be safe is gonna be bonds and SH. So, but we'll see. It has to fall some more first. But right now the proof's on me on GDX falling, and so far I'm a little positive, but I definitely want more. Nugget, like I said, it's it held up off its lows today. We'll see tonight. Tuesday night's usually gold massacre night, and we'll see if they're going to do a reversal on us or not. UVXY, it's lifting off a little bit from its close. Yesterday it got down to 19 also, a little bit below. So we'll just see where this thing ends up. I'd love for it to close right a little bit above 19. I'll max my profit out. IWM, you know, climb back up to VWAP. It's still in this great credit spread range. We went ahead and sold more credit spreads on it for Friday, and I'm pretty confident they're 136, 138, especially what's been reporting. I don't think anything's going to be that great on it. I don't think it's going to push up over, but if it gets close, I got good premium. XIV closed our our swing trade. I had a dollar trailing, closed it at 64.82, and then jumped back in. C'est la vie. I made money again. This is 8 trades in a row in XIV, so I'm happy. We're doing the training on Thursday. You should think about joining us. Even if this market goes haywire, XIV will make you money, and I'll show you how. XLE, see, even the energy sector didn't get a grip today, so I'm just trying to figure what the heck lifted IWM today. Crazy. GDXJ, it's been weird ever since they announced that they're not going to add more shares. and don't know if they're trying to force the miners down with this. Anything anymore. I believe every conspiracy theory anymore. Just been crazy. Silver looks like it's ready to roll over, and stochastics are holding up. Money flows down. Momentum's still there. I wouldn't short silver at this point, but no sense going long it. If it breaks below this morning's low, though, you may want to think about it. Dust, we're in dust from 2482 or 84, I should say, and just waiting for this thing to move higher, leaving my stops and my target in place. My target is 2670 area. Gold starting to roll over a little bit, but also could be a bull flag, so just have to kind of wait and see what tonight brings. Technology didn't really do much today. Real estate's up because of the bonds, but at some point the bonds aren't going to do it any good, and then real estate will crash, and that's when we'll take a position. A little head and shoulders on First Majestic. UNG kind of stuck on the VWAP. The next time the momentum, which is my green line, gets overbought, I'll be shorting natural gas through credit spreads. Mosaic's trying to find a bottom, and we had a lift in the money flow. Momentum lifted yesterday, but I'm gonna wait and see on this one. It's been tough. 26 areas is an area that would interest me at this point. Silver wheat looks a lot like silver. In the positive, the bonds are holding it up. On the negatives, silver's weakening, and so it's kind of flattish today. Biotech, it's Friday and Monday it kind of held up. It was kind of the leader of the band, and today gave up the ghost. Could be another one of those rotation things that they pull, but we have stochastics now getting to a point where they may roll over here in the next day or two. Money flow already rolled over. Momentum's down at the bottom, so at this point I'm probably looking at, if you're interested in XBI, probably 67 area, maybe a little bit lower. The Amazon chart, flat. They tried to keep the market flat today. SH up a little bit. TWM, we bought it at the open. I feel good about it. Small caps are going to get clubbed, so I took another shot at it, and so we're just going to be patient with it. We talked about that. Oil, we're in oil, and we bought it at 34.25 and 33.75, so 34 is our average. So we're profitable on the trade here, and so hopefully I'm looking at 36 here as a target to take this out. Oil's just been jumping around all over the place, but I'm looking for a 10% move, actually 8% move down in oil, which would just be fantastic for SCO. I'd be happy to take a 16% move. I just don't know how choppy it's going to be to get there. Talked about oil. Dollar's been selling off. It's, there's just, I think the Trump trade's over. He needs to start focusing on the 3 reasons why everybody hired him in the first place. Border, jobs, Obamacare gone. We didn't sign him up to chase after North Korea and Syria. He needs to start sticking to his knitting. Drip's pushing up again, and I got stopped out by 10 cents. Didn't jump back in, but man, what a beautiful move it had since then. $3 without me, so c'est la vie. It looks good though. I'd love for it to come back enough to buy it, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get a chance. Ags are getting bid today probably because of the dollar. Everybody hates them so much, people are going to just watch this thing move up. And, I'm going to wait for it to get back over its 100-day moving average. Then I'll be interested. The yen keeps pushing higher. waiting for this thing to roll over to be a funding source to short gold and to hold the market up. I think it's probably next on the list. Coffee, finally, nice and profitable in our trade. We're in at 1970, 2004. So I'm not going to change my stops or targets yet. I may move my stop up a bit, but I'd love for this thing to get another dollar in it so we can make some good money on this trade. Sugar was up too today, so this is an El Nino story. Sugar and coffee love El Nino. So does cocoa, but for whatever reason, they're talking about just an incredible glut of cocoa beans. So I'm not sure where that sits, but I'm just sticking with Joe right now and trying to finish this trade out. Hopefully, get this thing on the right kind of trend. Wheat, same thing. Sugar, here you go, boom. So definitely the tropics are indicating that we're going to get an El Nino, and traders are betting on it with their money. So LJ, I'm looking for this thing to get down to $13, maybe a little bit lower. BIS, we talked about biotech. Corn, I think corn's going to move around a lot. So the ag reports that I'm reading is saying a lot of volatility in corn, so it might be very tradable. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I'd love for it to get back over the 100-day moving average and then see if I could trade the swings. Same with JJG, setting up nicely. We talked about real estate, VVIX. We'll have to look tomorrow. That didn't do any aftermarket here. The VIX pushed it down, but I'm not really sure what they're going to do with this now, with these earnings reports being pretty crummy. And this was amazing. So we have the 10-year at 2.17 or 18 right now, which is amazing. And that means interest rates are falling, which will support the housing market, support some refis if people get it, but definitely support some purchases. And here's SPY just jumping around, and that's back to the beginning for us. So tomorrow, usually what happens, it'll be flattish, but these earnings reports can cause a little bit difference in the action for the day. So not really sure what tomorrow brings. I'm going to kind of watch the yen overnight, watch where gold sits, and oil looks awful. So hopefully oil will keep falling. And if they can't lift this market into OPEX week, which is usually pretty bullish, and the April OPEX is the bullishers of the year, then we could be looking for an interesting 6 weeks in end of April into May. Anyway, Bob from Trade Genius. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. If you're interested in the volatility class and make money no matter what the market does, please sign up. Love to see you on Thursday. I think you'll like it a lot. Have a good one. Bye-bye.